Scream again. It didn't catch it on the VOD.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you. Ah!
don't talk loud. That'd be
Bones!
screamed. Otherwise, he would
Ah!
run away.
Bones! What's up, Al? Can't go too hard with the voices yet. We have like a 4-hour stream ahead of us where we're going to do voices.
Why?
Good question. All right. You ready to go, Landon, after I share my screen?
Yes, that is when I will be ready.
Are you ready to go, Landon?
No. I'll meet you in 4 hours. You have fun.
Okay. I have dinner with me because I did not have time to eat it beforehand. It's a turkey sandwich and a chicken sandwich. And
I have pumpkin curry on the way.
I have a handful of Flamin' Hot Lime Doritos. Or not Doritos,
Flamin' hot
Cheetos.
piss. Just flaming hot piss.
Flamin' Hot Piss. That's me.
Do you ever set your piss on fire and then drink it?
Yeah, all the time.
Al got the
The
platinum
platinum in
in
Sonic X
Generation.
Shadow Generations. That's crazy. Is it
He's
easier or harder
already-
than the Vanilla Generations platinum? Because I own it on the Switch and I don't have achievements. Also, didn't you
If
get that like just the other day?
He gets everything just the other day. He beat Dragon Quest III HD 2D in 6 days.
Yeah, like I admire how quickly you can beat these games.
Feels longer thanks to Shadow's part.
Mm.
Do you still have to 100% or like no
Beat-
hit the final boss?
Yeah, beat the final boss without getting hit.
Because if that's true, then it's still dumb, and I hate that game.
Should probably put the.
You do?
You
Bad
do.
game.
Damn. Boom.
But it felt pretty easy. I don't know. I never did it in the original, so.
I did. It is a pretty easy platinum.
Took me 4 to 5 tries. That's 4 to 5 tries more than I want to try at any Sonic game.
Honestly, when I was a kid and I played Sonic Generations, it's weird to say that because I feel like it wasn't that long ago, but I was a kid when that game came
You
out.
child.
But when I was a kid, I had a very hard time doing that. I believe I remember beating it at like 5:30 in the morning and getting the platinum.
Did you piss yourself and then fall asleep?
Had to look up what stuff counts as a hit from Time Eater. In retrospect, I probably should have did that when I was younger,
That's fair.
but you know, I was 16. I was dumb.
You dumb, stupid, smelly child.
Mm-hmm. Hey gamers, how are we gaming today? Hello.
Or not.
We're not yet, but we will. I just wanted to
Jack.
appreciate the Christmas. We'll be right back for a little bit.
Jack refuses to move on to the game.
Because of
He
the case we're
insults
on.
me. Well, that and you insult me with that image in front of me.
Alright, well. We're moving on.
Thank you. See, I didn't even put that shit up for the Dragon Quest stream because I refuse to accept Capitalism Day.
All holidays are Capitalism Day, let's be real.
Yeah?
Also, I'm going to be eating these sandwiches. So,
Capitalism Day? You mean Black Friday? No.
if I don't speak or read my lines right away, that's why. Because I'm hungry and I'm eating.
Listen, capitalism was born in a manger. That's all I'm saying.
And his name was Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Some of the challenges felt
Landon.
harder than no damage time eater. That's fair. There's some dumb challenges in that game.
Oh, God.
Oh,
All right.
we're in the middle of...
I forgot.
shit.
It's been a minute since we've played this
It's been a
game.
long minute. It's been a very long minute.
I got sick last week, and we didn't stream it at all, so it has been since Tuesday 2 weeks ago. So, 16 days.
For some reason, I did not think we were in the middle of this.
I had a feeling we would be. Yeah, it's been a while.
This is trial day 1. Can you go back to the first thing?
This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger.
Okay, I know where we're at. We're on the second cross-examination. Press the 4th statement.
Sweet. He totally stoked their fears, bro.
Bruh.
Oh, there's only 4 statements. Press. But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, why top it off with murder?
What do you mean? I don't really remember his voice. I think that was close.
That's close enough. You claim that our client planted the yokai evidence to stoke the villagers' fears, bro. If so, then why not stop there? Why murder Alderman QB?
Excellent point.
It is, isn't it? So, Your Honor agrees there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Oh god, I forgot I was voicing him too. Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment.
Didn't you say you were going to change the voice?
Did I?
Yeah, because you said that. That voice bothers me. I think that's how you said it too.
I said it like that, like a little baby.
I didn't say you sounded like a baby. You just sounded like that.
You're saying it wasn't premeditated? Because, like, his voice on the, when he says objection is like, objection!
Sure.
But he doesn't look like he would sound like that. But then when he says, like, silence, which we'll get to, he goes like, silence!
Well,
So-
then make him sound like silence.
Could be all over. From
Whatever
the
you
outset,
want.
I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery. Do the Sonic Adventure 2 Shadow voice? Okay. Hold on. Okay, I got it. A startling discovery? Why don't I like the sound of that? Alderman QB's secret identity.
Apollo! I'm here.
Hi, Athena.
Prosecutor... I've been here the whole time. I think Prosecutor Blackwell has figured out the Alderman's secret identity.
You think?
But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder?
Excuse me. This is not good. This patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetails. Therefore, we can conclude that this mask was at the crime scene.
Oh my. But why would it have been there?
Let me just turn around for a long time real quick. The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more?
Well, could it really be? Is that Gumshoe with Taco Bell walking up to the stand?
Oh, hey, pal.
Oh, hey, pal.
Here's your order, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Your baldness has an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex Kyubi, was the amazing Ninetails. And the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder. No!
Order! Order! Another order of chalupas. Gumshoe? What a shocking development. They fixed the Taco Bell during the 2-week hiatus. Anyway,
Landon, remember, this is before the courtroom gets blown up, so the Taco Bell is still here.
I'm sorry. I'm all combobulated because we took 2 weeks off. While we were all sitting here.
We didn't take 2 weeks off. We took a week off. It's been 2 weeks.
But the judge has been sitting here for 2 weeks, waiting for his Taco Bell order. Oh, I guess that makes a crystal clear motive for clearer crystal clear's motive. What the fuck is wrong with him? Also, what do we do now, Apollo?
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. I didn't think they'd tie the alderman's secret identity into the mayor's motive for murder. At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your baldness?
I admit, it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona.
Social links.
Just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement.
Very astute of you, your baldness.
Right. Now, take a look at this.
Take a look at this.
Take this. If you value your deepest or your dearest's life, you will merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman Kyubi's pocket.
What? At present, the alderman's wife is in the hospital. And that letter is clear evidence the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life. Hey, what's up, Darkest Mustard?
What's going on, Darkest Mustard?
You just finished the movie Ted? Hell yeah.
Cloud imagines Eggman tossing evidence all over the courtroom.
Take this! Take this!
Take this! Wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the alderman's murder? Murder?
You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder? And planted it in the alderman's pocket?
It's possible. But we don't have any proof that that's what happened.
Talk about being up the creek without a paddle.
Let's talk about the movie Up, Apollo.
Shit fucking creek without a fucking shit paddle.
Do you need a paddle to shit, Apollo? Mayor Tenma wouldn't have made a clean getaway if he just left after planting the yokai things.
Come on, Apollo, you could say shit. This is an M-rated game.
Yeah, it's fine.
Honestly, you could say that in a T-rated game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sully says that kind of shit in Uncharted all the time.
Yeah, that's fine. But he hadn't knocked out cold. But he was knocked out cold by his sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales. So, it was the amazing Ninetales counterattack that brought the entire crime to light.
Wait a sec. Fulbright's claiming that the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence. And that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that?
Yes.
Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony.
Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping alderman after planting feathers and tracks. Present the crime photo.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yep. Yeah,
Objection!
dumbass.
Fucking, he died.
Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair.
What's this? You dare question my justice again?
God, my mic was muted, but I just had an insane burp.
Oh.
I'm sorry you didn't get to hear it,
Next time.
but I was
pee
taking a bite
yourself
of my
instead.
sandwich. Claude said,
Well,
I am
next
on the
time,
hunt
everyone-
on eBay for physical copies of Pokemon games. I am getting close to owning all the DS games. Fuck yeah.
Do it. Buy them all. Do it.
Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo.
This is a crime scene photo. That's good, Judge.
Not just any crime scene photo, Mr. Judge. I don't know why I said Mr. Judge.
Mr. Judge. And just what does this prove?
It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted.
But I already told you, they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim.
But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene.
Present
The
blood tracks.
footprints.
Yeah,
The tracks.
the bloody footprint tracks.
Duh.
Aren't you just pointing at the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Huh?
Yes, see how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks were made in blood. In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder.
Even a child would know that. It's a good thing Fulbright's a fucking fetus. Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman.
But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter.
Cloud has finally joined the Dragon Quest cult that is our Discord channel. That guy was impaled like a cruel cumber is the most Dragon Quest thing he could say about anything.
Did I say this line already?
But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. Yeah, you did.
Well, thanks,
I
Trucy.
just did. Yeah. I'm doing a play version of this. 2 children.
There would have been no
And I'm
time
not
for him to
changing
plant
the
any
story.
evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else behind the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene.
Also, update for Landon. I did not buy, but I saw holiday sugar cookie for Tillamook ice cream. Ooh. It is good.
I should buy some the next time I see it.
There must be some mistake. Oh, I peed a little.
Is he not wearing socks?
He doesn't wear fucking anything. That's all painted onto him.
You have peppermint
Order?
bark? Fuck yeah.
Order! Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you?
You going to acknowledge
Peppermint
the
bark's really
peppermint
good.
bark? Yeah, it's good. Good as fuck.
Ha 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 ha!
Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you.
That's not evidence. Do you? But how? Ugh.
God, the way his hair points outward. Look at his fucking pouty face.
But my Vulcan's sense of justice really just half-baked? That's his real voice. He's taking this really hard.
Clack.
Mr. Justice. What is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have?
I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jinxie Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. Excuse me. She was playing Yokai Watch on her Nintendo 3DS at the time.
Oh, I love that.
It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks.
Is this guy for real?
Will somebody please say something?
The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare mock this court and justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy.
Your baldness. It appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion.
Hold it! Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Piss yourself.
Before you decide whether I should step down, please, hear me out.
Very well, Mr. Justice. I'm all beard, but some ear. But you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai watch on Nintendo 3DS you were talking about?
It's all in this statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro on Yokai Watch for her Nintendo 3DS. After she discovered the crime scene and called the police, she came around a corner in the hall. It was around here. That she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. Is anyone gonna wear Santa hats? I don't currently own one. I don't think.
I don't celebrate capitalism.
Also, fuck the Patriots. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise.
I'm gonna buy you a Browns Christmas hat.
Oh no.
What? How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before?
I would feel like a poser because I'm not really a Browns fan.
That's okay. Neither are any Browns fans. Apollo, the momentum has shifted in our favor.
Good. Now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
Thank you, Darkest Mustard.
Uh-oh, it's him. I forgot he was still here.
Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken. My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim? Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer... Yes, Cloud, he is extremely edgy.
He's the edgiest of all.
Oh yeah. That fool and that fop would have seen him. Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle. Now that you mention it. Slam. Both Phineas Filch and Florent Lefebvre were in the foyer at the time.
Say that 10 times fast.
But they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of that scared little girl's imagination on her Nintendo 3DS? Arg! Why didn't those two see the Tenmataro impersonator pass by?
Why don't we ask them ourselves? They're fucking here.
I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something.
I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster on her copy of Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS Entertainment System. I trust you have no objection to Mr. Justice request. Prosecutor, Blackquill the Hedgehog. I understand that Mr.
God. Go
Filch
Google Blackquill the Hedgehog.
Did you just do that?
No.
Is enjoying a nap out in the lobby.
I'm just saying people should, because that sounds funny. I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. It's a very rare power-up in Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will. Did he just say captured? No, wait. I don't want to know.
Very well then, bailiff. Please go wake Mr. Filth and escort him to the witness stand. Okay. I'm gonna share something in the spoilers.
Oh boy. Alright, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Will the witness state his name and occupation, please?
The name's Filch. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Oh, my. What a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filth.
Excuse me. Ah, it's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filth stole them again. They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship. It sounds like I make him sound like he's saying you're on a ship.
You're on a shit. I got another one in the spoilers.
Oh boy.
That's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I don't accept such gifts. Only Taco Bell, beef stew, and other types of food, like pancakes. Got any pancakes, Mr. Filth?
Do you accept Taco Bell gift cards?
Yes. Gumshoe, take the gift card.
Oh, hey, pal. Alright. Aw, ethics, schmethics. Just take them if you want them. Polish them up real nice for you, too.
We only accept GameStop gift cards at Taco Bell. Damn.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filth, but I will accept your testimony and that gift card. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tenma Taro in the foyer after the murder on a copy of Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS.
Guarding the foyer. At the time of the moida, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office keeping a good watch when the moida happened after 3 p.m. Okay, I have to ask, where did the references to Yokai Watch come from? Because there's like a yokai, there's like yokai wrestlers in this case.
There's like a whole town that is like supposedly populated with yokai.
Yeah.
And they use the term yokai.
You
like,
know, it's crazy how like the one case involving like yokai just in general is so boring. You know, it's just that. Okay. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. No siree.
So like you voice the guy like Team Rocket Meowth.
Pretty
And
much.
that's him.
That's kind of the main inspiration for it. That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams on her Nintendo 3DS. So, you're telling me this court you never saw any... Jesus. So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenmataro? Yep, was guarding the whole time. That's the truth, holy truth, not a but of the truth.
Nutter butters.
Nutter butters. I could go for a fucking nutter
Nutter
butter.
butters. I will also accept those, Mr. Filth.
And Tenmataro? Bah, you don't really believe in that yokai mumbo jumbo, do ya? It's all just a 3DS game, don't you know? I certainly don't. My bracelet. It's tightening.
Oh, it moves. It's fun.
Every page has something that makes
Something the matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think that Mr. Tanuki, Mr. Filch, has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell. Some sort of nervous habit. Oh, Jesus! Ah! What in the... Bird.
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 What's a hawk doing in here? Whistle. Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. It's fitting because I named him after Taco Bell. He doesn't live with you, you know, in jail. Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird?
Who's ever heard of a courthouse Taco Bell?
Audience laughter. Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. What the fuck was that sentence?
That's a good sentence. Hoolaby,
Hoolaby, hoolaby, hoolaby, hoolaby. This isn't some trick or... Bird attacks. Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this. What the heck's going on round here? Run for the hills! Oh wait, that's you.
No pets or other animals allowed in the room
I did like
unless they are on the witness stand.
I did like
please.
4 character voices in a row, and like I almost forgot that I'm not the one that does the judge's voice because I'm just like, oh
Don't-
shit, I'm doing all the voices right now.
You always want to voice the judge. But that's
Screech.
fine. Oh, I was gonna do him.
Oh, you okay? You
Fuck
can
him.
do him. Go for it.
Screech. Somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, will you ensure your feather friend is properly fed? I don't want to feed him any of my Taco Bell or beef stew. Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. If there was someone dressed as Tenmataro there, Filch would have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now.
Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. Screech.
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 Guarding the foyer. 4 statements.
Hey, Apollo, it's me.
Hi, Trucy.
Present the TV listings on the third statement. She's just underneath their, like, bench.
Oh, yeah, because he had the TV program saved, circled for 3 p.m. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch. Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fellow like that. Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss. Ack! I didn't watch that one, no siree! I was doing my job just like I was supposed to. This guy just doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right? Yipes! Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." So, do you admit to slacking off? You can't trick me with your Rudy Poo lawyer talk. I'm one of them professional types too. I can do double duty, watching TV and the foyer at the same time. The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief.
Mr. Justice. I'm trying to enjoy a bowl of pumpkin curry, and you have this motherfucker going on and on about bullshit. Would you please have the court believe the witness was slacking off?
That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time. But that's nothing but a bald-faced lie. Oh yeah, also I'm late to reply to this, but this also won't be the last time that an animal testifies in court, Cloud.
The parrot was not.
The parrot was not. Like, there will be another. After the parrot and the circus animals. Although they didn't have the circus animals in court in the game. Except for the monkey? I think? Is that right?
That was so long ago. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Bald?
Fuck that case.
You say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice? The monkey is in the game, but I don't remember if he's at the courtroom.
I don't think he's is.
He's definitely in, like, he shows up when you're exploring the circus.
Like, I think the only circus animals that you interact with are, like, the lion and the monkey. But yeah.
Ooh, this is hot. And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer.
I'm jealous of that curry.
It's delicious. You claim Mr. Filth was lying about watching TV and the foyer.
The foyer diagram, baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is it?
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I'd think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes. Someone watching TV there Couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and you were not watching the foyer as you claim. Yipes! The bag's out of the cat! I mean, the other way round! They have to give him a fucking box to stand on. A crate.
Order! Order! Order!
Gumshoe, where's my order?
Gumshoe. But, Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filth's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case?
It's very relevant, because while he was slacking off and watching TV, there really could have been a Tenmataro impersonator in the foyer.
Objection!
What now? Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. Cloud says you'll have 2 Taco Bowls, a Crunchwrap Supreme, and 3 Crunchy Tacos, and a Beef Chalupa. Damn, that's a lot.
That's food. I mean, that is the judge's, like, snack.
His snack
In between
between
meals.
his snack between like his brunch and lunch.
Yeah. And also the snack between breakfast and brunch.
What are you talking about?
Holy diabetes, Batman. I mean,
This. I'm not a mind reader. Ack! Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki? They were? I mean, yes. Yes, they were. But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't? My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I would have heard anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon. So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by? Yep, my ears were working full time. So, who's the liar now, you no good shyster? A thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
no, it's not.
It's not. Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackquill, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And them bags under your eyes, they're darker than mine. Fair warning, Mr. Filth. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki.
Screech.
Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu. Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir!
Screech.
Screech.
The witness will forth hence testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks. And with that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
Speaking of bird, where's my KFC order?
Speaking of bird, there's some good chicken in this pumpkin stew. Or not stew.
Curry. I bet there is.
There is.
It's
Anyway.
true. I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there weren't no Tenmataro in the foyer. Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense, for lacking that, our entire world would be but upside down. Says the convict prosecutor who is totally a sign of the end times for the legal world. And besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab 'em and sell 'em to the zoo.
I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things. Remember, folks, I'm a character too.
That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns.
Well, you shouldn't stick to those pea shooters. And if we can't prove she saw Tenmataro on her copy of Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS, the mayor's sure to be convicted.
Then we'd better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. Or whatever. Hey, Apollo.
Hey, Athena.
I think you should press his third statement.
Hold it. So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch. As good as they'd come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus, that Tenmataro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle. Jingle jangle? How does he do that? It's that staff of his. He's got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. That's what jingle jangles.
What? What's he talking about, Apollo?
Beats me, but I guess Tenmataro has a staff that makes noise.
Al got more games? What the fuck? What
What
did
did
you
you
get?
get? Tell us what you got.
Yeah, show us what you got.
Show us what you got.
Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tenmataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound.
In spoilers,
In
let's see.
spoilers.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, baby.
2 good games. And 1 Cuphead.
Cuphead is a good game.
I didn't say it wasn't. I just said he
Said
got...
it was 2 good games and Cuphead.
Well, I also didn't say which 2 of the 6 games are on display there.
True. Good night, Cloud.
Bye!
Bye.
Who was that guy?
Who the fuck was that guy? I guess that's the source of the noise then.
Well, Mr. Justice? Mr. Filth says Tenmataro jingle jangles. Would you consider this vital information?
Extremely vital. I will request that it be added to his testimony.
Okay. Filth, do it.
And then we present.
No. Present the Yokai Legend Scroll.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have a staff.
He doesn't have a damn staff.
Big dummies.
I forgot about that. Tenmataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up.
Is there something the defense would like to share with the court?
Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Tenmataro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Tenmataro would be holding a staff? Huh? You see, the Tenmataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands. And she described its sound just like you did, as a kind of jangly sound. Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point?
Objection!
The point is that Tenmataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally. What are you talking about? You see, the only known document depicting Tenmataro, or this is the only known document depicting Tenmataro, excuse me. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
You're right. There's not a staff. Not even a cane or a walking stick. Or a bag of chalupas.
Ack?
So the question is, why does the witness think Tenmataro uses a staff?
I believe the excuse me. I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level. Well now, this is getting interesting.
Alright, Mr. Justice, I doubt it will, but it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filth believes Tenmataro carries a staff.
He actually saw Tenmataro. Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Slam! Mr. Filch actually saw Tenmataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff. Busted again! Bloody hell. You... What did he say? Duplicitous.
You duplicitous little...
Yes! How's that feel, Black Quill? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenmataro that day, didn't you? Well, I'm begging ya, please don't make me say it. But clearly you did see Tenmataro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact. No can do. No way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be. He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tenmataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is, why?
Mr. Filth is scared to death.
Is that why he can't admit the truth?
Come to think of it.
Flashback. Flashback. Beef stew.
Beef stew. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Tenmataro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said that if she told anyone that she had seen Tenmataro, he'd claim her soul.
Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
No.
Ah, so Mr. Big Time City Slicker Lawyer has heard about him? Them old village superstitions?
Will the defense please explain what the fuck this rat is talking about?
The people of Ninetails Vale believe some pretty strange things. Their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tenmataro. Darn straight, that's why. It's all right here, in a book titled Village Superstitions.
It gets passed around.
Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul? See? This is why us folks in Ninetails Vale can't talk about seeing Tenmataro. Village superstitions added to the court record. That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenmataro costume. They knew that no one would... They knew that that way no one could talk about him. So it was if he never existed. Jesus, I struggled with that one. Excuse me. Okay. The defense holds that this Tenmataro impersonator is the true killer.
What? I wasn't paying attention. You were busy having a stroke. What did you say?
Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprit? You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackquill. The Hedgehog.
Objection!
Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstition in the Clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetails Vale. A life or death superstition might make even you a believer. Slam. Grr. Roar.
Order, say? Ugh.
You fool of a Tanuki! 2 times now your lies have cost me. Sorry! I promise not to do it again! Wink? Did he just say fucking wink? Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him! Yipes! He's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills!
Screech.
He's just like lightly clawing at him.
Meh.
Ah! He took off.
Bailiff? What are you waiting for? After him. And with your fastest men, he took my bag of Taco Bell. That's certainly not something you see every day. Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro was at the scene. And now we have two witnesses who can attest to this fact. Any objections, Mr. Blackwell? Or Prosecutor Blackwell?
Slam! Uh-oh.
What? Huh? Ugh.
His shackles. Puh. Irk! I'm too young to die. Justice Dono. Long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers.
Eek. I like how he's supposed to have a sword. He doesn't. Detective, do something. Ha ha ha. Have no fear. Fulbright is here.
I forgot he was still here.
Yep, I'm the detective. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
Then get going already before he kills us!
Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackwell the Hedgehog, for it is his sense of justice that has set him free. Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice.
Silence.
I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards.
Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, you know...
I think the judge forgot that he's in charge here. So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenmataro is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Right. And that yokai, or rather, whatever or whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubey.
Silence.
Ack? Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber? What? He's right. She said nothing about Tenmataro being in the Fox Chamber. Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door. And your point is? Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor. No! There must have been someone dressed up like Tenma. Ah! Then, why does that little scamp claim to not have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father is accused of murder. Surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room.
I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tenma Taro inside the Fox Chamber?
Probably because she saw him running through the hallway after.
Yeah. You know that image that we've seen like 30,000 times in this case so far?
Yeah, you fucking dumbasses. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
But there is but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh! The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long as my blade thirsted for blood, at long last it shall be sated. Wait, this is still a trial, right? Show me what you're truly capable of, Justice Dono. Bird. Screech.
Screech. Very well then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. And I gotta take a piss. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to...
Al says he expects Blackwell to have some sad backstory. You expect correct.
Yee.
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess?
That's not nearly enough time to eat my Taco Bell.
That's not nearly enough time for me to piss.
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo.
The loo? You mean the bathroom?
Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands. See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins. Bonus 7 minutes so I can actually piss. I declare Prosecutor Blackwell the winner of this round of Simon Says.
Audience laughter. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it?
Clack. 3 minutes later. Oh,
Bless you.
that was pretty good. He busted out of his shackles.
He busted out of his nut.
He busted his nut all over.
Yeah, what was that all about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to.
Better be careful, Apollo. You've really brought out the samurai in him. Especially after you proved that there was a Tenma Taro impersonator in the manor.
What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? Oh, which one of us voiced him? Was it you?
Me. Yeah, it was me. Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel. Duel.
No, wait! Let's save the dueling for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play. Until after we prove your innocence.
I suppose it can wait until the Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play later.
I couldn't think of a specific Yu-Gi-Oh game outside of Forbidden Memories, so I just said the Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sigh. Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here?
No, it's a magic show, Apollo.
Athena, I'm gonna go watch up.
Remember what Blackwell said, Apollo. Don't be late. We've already spent 2 minutes and 59 seconds doing this cutscene.
There we go, 10:43.
Now then, I believe our witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at Cube Eye Manor. Cloud streams the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection. He better. Like in one sitting. That's 14 games all at once, Jack. Do you think he could do it?
Yeah.
Nice. I believe we can proceed now. If the witness is ready, that is.
Nurarion, the leader of 100 demons. He really does exist. You mean hardcore band from Connecticut, 100 demons?
Yes. Wow. That is one well-polished tray.
In the house of the Lord.
The witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. Oh, I read it right.
Eek.
What is that, my child?
Begone, Nurarion, leader of the 100 demons.
Ho ho ho! Do you think I'm a copy of Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. The beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will.
Eek! My charm has no effect.
The demon of due process? I'm not sure I can see that one.
Now, you little scamp. Yes? I trust you know why you're here. Bags. Bags? Oh, that tricksy tanuki? Try the noodle stand, and go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki tail noodles while you're at it. Everyone's a comedian. No, I meant your bags. The ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Azukiarai away. Azukiarai? The yokai that washes Azuki beans? The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off. Azukiarai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. He washes beans so loudly that they can't sleep.
That. I can never sleep because one of the cats is washing beans.
Too many people washing beans.
Yeah.
But if you stick this charm up your butthole, you won't hear him anymore. Up my butthole? Is that so? Well, thank you.
Looks like Prosecutor Blackwell likes anal. And he's got more than he bargained for.
They're bad enough alone, but together, those two are just plain creepy.
Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically whether or not you saw Tenma discovered the crime scene. Peg him!
Right on now.
Did I see Tenma Taro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door, shiver, I saw, yes, now I remember, yokai, right there in that room. Oh, okay, that's it. So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Shiver. Uh-huh. Lots. And lots of them. Wait, more than one yokai? Did Tenma Taro happen to be among them? I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming in yokai.
Copies of Yokai Watch for the Nintendo 3DS.
Kasha, Nurikabe, Seto Taisho, Eek! They were all there.
Well, this is unexpected. This is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them.
This is ludicrous. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony? And not the rap stylings of ludicrous?
Oh, hold it. Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. Fear of Cloud. But he left the chat hours ago.
So she has nothing to fear.
Yeah. Also, my whole gameplay shtick needs to be a thing now, so let's do a quick therapy session to ease her mind.
Yay.
With the court's permission, of course. What? Oh, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. Please proceed, Miss Yikes.
You sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering oneself is... Ugh. And fear of testifying... the trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. Just like Led Zeppelin.
Just like Led Zeppelin.
A regular ball of confusion.
A regular copy of Led Zeppelin 1. Featuring the song Dazed and Confused.
By Led Zeppelin. But my... Fuck, I remember what we did here. But my analytical psychology fuck-based approach should be able to help.
Analytical psychology fuck-based.
What?
What the fuck?
What the fuck? They just let anyone up here? Jesus Christ. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell the Hedgehog? Shall we let Miss Yikes proceed with her analytical psychology fuck-based approach?
It makes no difference to me if she uses analytical psychology-based fuck or fuck-based
Fuck-based approach?
Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony from analytical psychology fuck-based approach. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land.
The mall's just across the street, dummy. It's where you bought your fucking katana. I know it. I've seen the fucking tag. You haven't even removed it. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll make you eat those words. We haven't heard from Widget at all.
In this case.
Well, in this.
Oh no, overloaded by sadness.
Oh. Did I see Tenmataro in the fox chamber?
I already
when I
read
opened the
this.
door, Shipper. I saw.
Look at all the yokai.
So many copies of Yokai Watch 1, 2, and 3. Found something. Looks like an out-of-control emotion.
Athena? What exactly are we looking at here? What is that sentient slice of cheese?
Delicious. Oh, this? It's one of Widget's functions. Right here, you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice. He also will do your taxes.
Whoa! You mean that little thing can do all this and my taxes?
Yep.
Pretty cool, huh? And here I thought it was just some kid's toy.
Actually, I did get it out of a kid's meal from Taco Bell.
Taco Bell hasn't had kids' meals in ages.
That's how old I am. Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left?
No.
Right over here.
No, I don't see
She's
it.
under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is making her masking her other emotions.
Just like Jim Carrey's The Mask.
Just like in Jim Carrey the Mask, it seems like the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess.
That really does just look like a piece of cheese, and it has like a really long tongue, and he's like, somebody lick me.
Someone lick me before I lick myself.
And that like tanuki on the right is like itching his titty.
Well, titties itch too.
So all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions?
Sure. That's probably what's going on. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing everyday objects as copies of Yokai Watch 1, 2, and 3 in her mind.
Are there 3 of them?
I think there's more than that, actually. But I think that's all that came out in America. Sorry.
It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. Emotional damage. And the trauma in Jinxie's case is fear.
So she was, and still is, seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
Well, we'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now, let's see. I'm pulling up the specific, what do you call it? Wikipedia page for Yokai Watch.
I was about to
There
say that.
Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS, released in 2013.
I'm pulling up the
20
Yokai Watch wiki so that I know what each yokai is.
That it was also released in 2015 in North America. Yokai Watch 2 released in 3 different versions: Bony Spirits, Fleshy Souls, and Psychic Specters. There was Yokai Watch 3, which also released in 3 different versions in Japan. That one was then followed by Yokai Watch 4 for the Nintendo Switch, and had an enhanced version called Yokai Watch 4 Plus Plus. And then there was like some spin-off games, some mobile games, Yokai Watch Blasters for the Nintendo 3DS, and in Japan, they had a Just Dance version of Yokai Watch called Yokai Watch Dance Just Dance Special Version.
I did not know that existed. That's hilarious.
And a bunch more bullshit. Yeah.
Yokai Watch Just Dance. That's how big Yokai Watch is in Japan.
Apollo, can you point at the copy of Yokai Watch 2,
Oops.
Bony Spirits, on the fire wheel thing? She seems particularly afraid of that one. Bony Spirits?
Sorry, hold on.
It was. Start by pressing Probe L. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out-of-control emotion. Finally, hit Probe again, X, to try and get to the heart of the matter.
Okay, let's give this a try. Yokai right there in that room. I'm going to poke at this yokai.
I'm gonna say yokai in that room. Yokai.
Shit bam boom.
I'll shit my pants.
Jay-Z, what's the name for that yokai on a wheel of fire? That's Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the aldermans. It's almost creepy how well that fits with the actual situation.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that is that she's mistaking for a Kasha. Apollo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on a wheel of fire.
I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha? Is it this guy? Or is it just a chandelier?
Probe, present the light fixture. Yeah, this just the chandelier.
Take that!
Excuse me.
Have a good night, Darkest Mustard.
Night, Darkest Mustard. The light fixture. This one right here. It has a flame design and is up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a wheel of fire. The kasha you saw was just a light fixture.
What if the light fixture had a face of Kesha?
Eek!
She didn't like that.
Cool.
That's one memory back to normal. Nice job. Now that we've got a hang of it, it should be a cinch to point out the rest.
Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster? That's the Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray. That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen.
It's a giant piece of cheese.
Eek! And this raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just the statue of one. Eek! And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue. Eek! I don't know what I'm saying.
You did it, Apollo. Her extreme fear is under control now.
It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all.
See? A clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology, Fuck, and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there never really were any yokai in the Fox Chamber. Except for Tenmataro.
Right. There never really were any yokai there.
Except for Tenmataro, I said that part. Shut up.
So the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Wait. Jinxie? What about Tenmataro? There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tenmataro, or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now. You've
Gotta
be joking! We were like behind on that, but it's okay.
Whatever.
We did the line.
Order in the court. Sorry, I fell asleep.
Yeah. I think we just dug our own grave.
Ugh.
Allow me to push you on in. It's the least I could do. No!
Apollo, can I interrupt your freakout for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information and we'll have and we have a and run an update. Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Info.
My legs, they fell to the floor.
Info.
Oh, you want something? Oh, pinpoint sadness on the third statement.
I was gonna say.
It's so weak and
It's
useless.
so weak. There's like hardly any sadness at all. The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear?
Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment.
You did? Where did it come from?
Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she were there. She was there with me.
Okay, I'll enter sudden burst of courage. Now, let's see. Ah, look. Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered something. Bye-bye.
A sudden burst of courage. Now where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yes, there was. But I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later.
She did heroin.
Oh, she did heroin before entering.
Yep.
Nice. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Could it have been the heroin needle sticking out of her?
Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this?
One of the wedding charms?
No, the heroin flower.
The Nine-Tails flower? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was her mother's favorite.
Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a Nine-Tails flower there at the scene, did you?
The demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much, I kept it.
You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene.
Best viewers on interactiveviewer.online.
Wow, no way.
Oh, right. I'm here. That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Possible ban invader. Monitoring. Can I wonder if
Possible ban evader. That's weird.
Mod view. Now, the witness shall produce such evidence this instant.
Weird.
The only people that are showing up are us and Al, so can't do anything but warn the bot. Okay.
That's stupid. Oh well. Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh, look, something slid out. It appears to be a key.
Might I have a look, your baldness?
Screech.
Ah. This is none other than the master key to the QB Manor.
Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwell the Hedgehog?
It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. A master key that went missing? Why don't I like the sound of that? Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox Chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world, and there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. No.
Objection.
Objection! How could this happen?
Nerg! Uh-oh, she's going Super Saiyan. The defense's assistant will refrain from growling in her frustrations and going Super Saiyan.
Athena, are you alright?
I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do.
This sucks. Yikes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery.
Can I decline your offer?
Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. They're not stupid. Oh yeah, this is still me. Athena, don't Apollo. Athena,
Don't Apollo.
don't fall for his tricks.
Now, I'm the one who's dazed and confused by Led Zeppelin from Zeppelin 1. I can't even think straight.
Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder, in the Taco Bell. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience be cleansed.
Objection!
Did you need her line?
Oh. Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Stay with me, Athena. Don't
Anyone
let
want
yourself
a
be
crunch
twisted
wrap
by that
supreme?
samurai.
Oh, okay. Apollo? Mr. Justice? I heard the word objection, but what is it that you object to?
Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
The court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though, as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect. And your legal skills,
Suspect.
if suspect, if this is it. I have to take a shit. I'm sorry. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Listen, I wanted to take a shit when I took the break, but he said 3 minutes, and there's no way for me to take a shit and a piss within 3 minutes. Okay?
Well, actually, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
I didn't ask. Apollo, you have to do something more than your cords of steel, don't you?
Not really, but we'll be fine.
But... But...
I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. Because it's all over if I don't.
Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Time to think outside the box.
Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Screech.
Time to do or die. Literally.
What if Simon Blackwell killed Apollo right here and now?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be fucking awesome. I'd play that video game. The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room. You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened? You don't
I'm
have
fine.
a copy of the guide open.
We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so?
The choices are pretty limited. Ugh. The room has a window, but... it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through. And there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent... it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. Also, it's for babies. Oh, and needless to say, the Forbidden Chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. Then, whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Gee, I wonder how. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. I wonder how they could have escaped.
Definitely not the hallway door. The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. Were you trying to hit the air duct?
Seriously? I did hit the air duct.
Well, you weren't supposed to, so it's a good thing you didn't.
Ow. Well, we're skipping this.
Why?
Because I
You're
fucked
skipping the... No, you didn't.
up. No, I didn't?
No, that's why I said the hallway door.
Oh. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Jesus. I thought you made me think that I fucked up.
Well, I asked if you had, like, actually meant to hit the air duct, but you were not supposed to. You were supposed to hit the hallway door. But the game thought you actually hit the hallway door. So...
That's crazy.
You were going to fuck up, but the game was like...
Alright, take that.
Dude,
The hallway door.
the hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out.
Alright, we'll go through these quick. It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key? I should have seen this coming.
Remember, Apollo, keep it simple.
Simple, right. I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but...
Well, Mr. Justice? The prosecution has some fine Japanese steel. Well, Japanese, large quotes. Cheaply made plastic sword from one of the mall katana store. Anyway, waiting unless you explain yourself quickly.
I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked because...
The perp blocked it from the outside.
What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked it. Youch! Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox Chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
If only we could explain both. Like, how could the key be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside?
Well, it seems the defense can respond. If
Let's
the
see
defense can
if-
respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. Well, let's see if, how could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked tight? Threw it from the outside.
What if someone threw it into the room from the outside? You know, something like go out to the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside the Fox's Chambers window. The Fox's Chambers? Excuse me.
The Fox's Chambers is windows.
Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility.
Endless impossibilities.
Oh,
Wait,
right. Ack!
I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
Somewhere other than the window. Could the key have been tossed in through somewhere other than the window? Is it the
Now
air
do
duct
the
that
air
start?
duct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take that!
The air vent?
Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chambers air duct. The obvious air duct, says Al, leads out into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox chamber. Then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. That's preposterous.
Oh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly. Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even Your Honor can understand.
Wait, what?
First, the real killer, disguised as Ten Mataro, murdered the alderman in the Fox chamber. Then, they got the fuck out of there through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing. Even I could follow that. And I'm a giant baby. The judge seems really pleased with himself.
That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Ten Mataro. And there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. Hey, it looks like that lawyer's beating the jailbird prosecutor.
Whoa, that was a total
The
turnabout.
massive forehead of his seems to be so much more attractive now.
Order, 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 I say.
That's really what she said. That massive
is
forehead
what
seems so much more attractive now.
That's hot.
Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
A valiant effort, Justice Dono, but your final thrust missed its mark. What?
See,
Huh?
when you have sex, you thrust, Jack. And he accidentally slipped out. And his last thrust,
He like
missed.
bent his dick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
That's never happened to me, but have you ever seen videos of that shit?
That shit hurts.
It looks like it hurts.
Don't ever bend your dick, folks.
It's not a good time.
It's not fun.
Both
Jack
that
speaks from experience.
it's never happened to me.
Sex?
That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Don't worry, Jack. I've never had sex either.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Both that little scamp and that tricksy Tanuki saw the tricks do it to Cloud.
Bend his dick?
God. Oh man.
Fuck.
Oh, is there a break soon?
We're literally almost done.
Okay. With like the
With-
trial day.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's try this line again. Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door? That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the... Youch! But that is impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer's security camera, that is. Excuse me. The electric eye in the sky. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. I always like how the bird is like a little shocked when he like slams on the table.
Huh.
However, there is no sign of Tenmataro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, is there no other way to flee the man? There is no other way to flee the manor, is there? I don't feel so good.
Wait, I believe there is another way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Silence.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense?
Yes, we're babies.
It seems you lack not only the brains, but investigative prowess to boot.
That's because we're lawyers.
We're lawyers.
We're not police.
That is the cliff side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one.
Wait, oh, that's you.
Well, the
No,
noon.
noon.
That's the
What's
time.
Nooners?
She's announcing the time. It's noon.
Noon.
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window? What the heck, right? Ha! I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset. That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? You're saying we can prove that the killer could fly? God, I'm sick.
Are you?
Yeah, I've been sneezing all night.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I am so forward looking. I am looking forward to taking NyQuil.
You should do it at break time.
Ugh.
Whoa! I thought I was the one with the cords of steel.
Oh. I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
Yeah, what evidence do you fucking have?
The paper.
Oh, okay.
It's the paper, right?
Yeah, it is.
Take a look at this special edition paper.
Take this.
Take this. Take this.
Tenma Taro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice?
The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in the photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window?
Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting.
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tenma Taro, flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is naught but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Okay then, but how about the Tenma Taro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air? No, there is a rational, common sense explanation for that.
Yeah, you flew out the window.
That infernal yokai our Trixie Tanuki witnessed never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either the mayor Tamian Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time. Gulp. Not good. Not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants and the appearance of Tenma Taro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. Ah, no! Clack, clack, clack.
Order! Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever.
The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade.
Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me.
Prosecutors Blackwells.
Prosecutors Krills. Oh, man. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window. What dummies would do that?
Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap?
What do we do now, Apollo?
Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one. Bailiff, seize her. It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of Yorewood. Mayor Tenma? This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul?
Tenma Taro's true identity is...
Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce.
Confess? The defendant intends to confess?
Wait!
Apollo, Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again. He's going to mind hack him.
Mind hack! Mayor Tenma, no! Don't fall for his mind hacking! If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone!
The real killer is... Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something.
But I can't even prove how the real killer could have flown away.
Ka. Ka ka ka.
His
Look
text
upon me.
his text
and
crawl
despair.
sounds different.
Oh. Well, he's gonna talk the same. Because I forget how I voiced the Tenma. Or if... I think you voiced the Tenma. Like, Tenma Taro. Like, impersonator.
I don't remember if I
At the
did or
scene.
not.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember I did the 9... Like, I did the 9 tails.
okay.
Anyway. Look upon me and despair. For ripe is the time for my return.
Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for.
Ka! Ka ka ka! Foolish mortals! I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek.
Mayor Tenma?
Silence! I am Tenma Taro, freed from the bonds binding me in the Forbidden Chamber. Behold the return of the Demon King Piccolo.
The Demon King Piccolo?
Demon King?
Piccolo?
Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation. The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tenmataro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed, it is I, Tenmataro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenmataro, you say? Ha! What nonsense.
So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now?
Ka. His body is mine. So you're saying that Tenmataro is being possessed by you?
Not Tenmataro, Mayor Tenma.
Mayor Tenma is Tenmataro is being possessed by you. And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Mr. Filth saw, Phineas Filth, Flaccid Filth, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you?
Phallic filth.
Flaccid. He's a very flaccid man. The accursed power of these warding charms prevents me from revealing my true form. Yeah.
Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt?
Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite
Unprecedented.
unprecedented. I can read my words. I'm only a baby.
Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned. Huh? What? You claimed the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber. But it was the accused all along. Ugh! Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real, in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro. The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackquill? It seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warning charms from the forbidden chamber's door. But then fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by the Tenma Taro.
Objection!
But when we arrived on scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How's that possible if he was supposed to have flown out the foyer window? Then what? You mean to say the maid of the Kyubi Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma Taro? Oh. Oh!
Ka. That too is easily explained. Flew about for a time I did, but presently tired. I made for the Forbidden Chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the Fox Chamber, and I knew no more.
It would seem the pieces are still in place. Is Blackquill up to his tricks again?
Yes. I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real live?
So is that rumor about Mayor Tenma true? I knew yokai were real.
You mean he really did kill the alderman? Just so he could release Tenmataro? Order! Order! Now he's got everyone in the courtroom leaving it. Yokai Watch for the Nintendo 3DS?
It's Simon Says on steroids! He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your baldness.
This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system? Can a copy of Yokai Watch for Nintendo 3DS be prosecuted under our current legal system?
Can a video game go to jail?
Yes.
Mayor Tenma is just pretending to be Tenma Taro to protect his daughter.
Hal agrees, yes.
Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature.
Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but to...
Silence.
This is the dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono.
Objection.
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence.
Then prove it by joining me. In prison. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. How about I just promise to not succumb to anything? We both have evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but... Ah! What's wrong with him?
Prosecutor Blackquill, we've had enough out of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you're in serious violation of that.
What the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner?
Ha ha ha. It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special Jolt of Justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave. In justice we trust.
You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell, vow to...
Your Honor. You need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Black will remain on his best behavior.
A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in this case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use the opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned. Let's go get Taco Bell.
Hell yeah. I want a chalupa.
We did it!
We did it!
We fucking made it to the to be continued. Oh my god.
Are you sure you don't want to just call it here? Like, if you're not feeling well, I'm fine with just stopping right now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. I mean, I canceled the stream last week, for being sick, so, like, I don't blame you.
Al says, I'm surprised that's only halfway through this case.
Yeah, that's the thing about this game. All of the cases are really long. Like, wow.
That was chunk-tacular. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been, like, split up into 2 parts. Like, that day of trial would have been, like, split up.
Yeah.
Like, when they switched over to, what's-her-face? To Jinxie. It would have been a separate, like, section.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, I think, like, a 2.5-hour stream with no break is pretty solid.
Oh, I know it's not the 4 hours.
That's okay.
Hey, we got to this point.
We did get to this point. We made good progress. We got through the first day of trial. Still have half of the damn case to go, but you know what?
Maybe next week we will get to something. I mean, we're only doing another 1-day stream next week. Sorry, folks. We're only able to do a single day next week again for this.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we will be back next week with more. Thanks for joining, Al. Thanks for joining Darkest Mustard, and thanks for joining Cloud. Yeah.
And interpersonal clipboard. The spam bot that joined us that we couldn't ban.
Yes, thank you for joining, Mr. Spambot, or Mrs. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you for joining. We will be back next week with more. Okay, bye.
Bye.